Best Jamaican Desserts Part 2 by Angel Nightingale. Number 1. Jamaican Bulla Cake. These sweet, flat rolls are spiced with ginger and cinnamon, often molasses. They can also be filled with butter or cheese. Ingredients: total 50 minutes p. 6 servings. 100 g unsalted butter diced. 1 tablespoon vanilla extract. 385 g brown sugar. 5 cm piece ginger, peeled, finely grated. 700 g plain flour. 1 tablespoon baking powder. 2 teaspoons baking soda. 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon. 2 teaspoons salt. Sliced avocado and cheese to serve. Cooking instructions. Step 1. Preheat oven to 180 degrees Celsius. Place 185 milliliters water, butter, vanilla, sugar, ginger and 2 teaspoons salt in a saucepan over low heat and stir for 5 minutes until sugar dissolves and butter melts. Set aside to cool. Step 2. Sift flour, baking powder, baking soda and cinnamon into a bowl. Slowly pour sugar mixture into bowl, stirring to bring together. Step 3. Turn dough out onto a lightly floured work surface and knead for 5 minutes, or until smooth and elastic. Roll dough out to 2 cm thick. Using an 11 cm cookie cutter, cut dough into 6 rounds. Step 4. Transfer dough to oven trays lined with baking paper and bake for 25 minutes, or until cooked through and golden brown. Serve with sliced avocado and cheese. Number 2. Jamaican rum cake. Go on an island vacation in your own home with this Jamaican rum cake. It may look like a pound cake, but it's super light and airy. It's soaked in a buttery rum syrup that gives it an epic rum taste. Dessert: cuisine Caribbean, Jamaican. Prep time 15 minutes. Cook time 1 hour 5 minutes. Cooling time 2 hours 5 minutes. Total time 3 hours 25 minutes. Servings 12. Calories 400 cal. Ingredients: cake ingredients: 2 cups all-purpose flour, 1/4 cup cornstarch, 3 teaspoons baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1 1/4 cups granulated sugar, 1/4 cup unsalted butter room temperature, 1/4 cup vegetable oil, 1/2 cup unsweetened coconut milk from a can, 4 large eggs, 1/2 cup spiced rum, 1 tablespoon vanilla extract. Syrup ingredients: 1/4 cup unsalted butter, 1/2 cup granulated sugar, 1/4 cup water, 1/2 cup spiced rum. US customary metric. Instructions. Cake instructions: preheat oven to 325 F. In a large bowl or the bowl of a stand mixer, combine flour, cornstarch, baking powder, salt, and sugar, and mix on low speed until ingredients are distributed evenly. Add butter and mix until completely combined. Add oil and coconut milk and mix until completely combined. Add eggs one at a time, mixing between each addition until just combined. Add rum and mix until just combined. Pour into a 12-cup greased and floured bundt pan and bake for 55 minutes. If a toothpick inserted into the batter comes out moist, bake for an additional 5 minutes and test again. Let cake cool in the bundt pan while you prepare the syrup. It shouldn't stick to the pan if you greased it well, but if it seems stuck, wait 5 minutes, turn it out, and then return it to the bundt pan before proceeding with adding the syrup to the cake. Syrup instructions: add all ingredients to a medium saucepan over medium heat. Once the mixture is boiling, reduce to a simmer and cook for 10 minutes before removing from heat. Poke holes deep into the cake all over. The cake should still be in the bundt pan, and slowly and evenly pour all but 1/4 cup of the syrup onto the cake. Cover cake with foil or plastic wrap and wait a minimum of 2 hours for the cake to cool and absorb the syrup. The cake tastes better 1 or 2 days after you make it, so it's fine to let it sit overnight or longer. Turn out onto a plate or cake pedestal. Stir the remaining rum syrup, as it may have separated a little bit. Drizzle all over the top of the cake and serve. Notes: this cake gets better with age. Store covered at room temperature for up to 1 week. Nutrition. Calories: 400 kilocalories carbohydrates, 49 g protein, 4 g fat, 16 g saturated fat, 11 g trans fat, 1 g cholesterol, 75 mg sodium, 123 mg potassium, 175 mg fiber, 1 g sugar, 30 g vitamin A, 316 IU vitamin C, 1 mg calcium, 59 mg iron, 2 mg. Number 3, plantain tart. This is plantain tart recipe. Get the best pastry dishes and Caribbean Jamaican pastry recipes. This typical Caribbean Jamaican pastry is one of the most popular foods. All our Caribbean Jamaican pastries are baked with real natural ingredients. We have recipes for traditional Caribbean Jamaican pastry and for a typical pastry for lunch or snack. Look on this recipe website to learn how to make this ordinary Caribbean Jamaican pastry meal at home. These recipes are culinary arts from around the world. Food prep time: 25 minutes. Cook time: 35 minutes. Serving: 2. Ingredients: plantain tart filling, 2 over-ripening plantains, mashed, 1 tablespoon butter, 1/2 teaspoon nutmeg, 1 plus 1/2 teaspoon sea salt, use any salt, 1/2 cup brown sugar, any sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1 or 1 drop teaspoon food coloring, red, plantain tart dough, 1 pound flour, all-purpose, 1/2 cup flour, all-purpose, put aside to use while kneading, 6 plus 1/2 tablespoons shortening, equal 3.5 ounces, 1/2 teaspoon sea salt, use any sea, 1 tablespoon water, ice cold. Directions. Instructions. Step 1 is for plantain tart filling. Step 2 is for the dough. Step 1. Filling. 1. First, put to heat a pot for stewing. 2. Add all the ingredients and set your stove gauged on low flame. 3. Now, allow the plantain's tart filling to cook for 2 minutes. 4. Add the food coloring. 5. Once complete, allow to cool. Then you can use it late as the plantain tart filling. Step 2. Dough. 1. First, sift the flour and salt in a large mixing bowl. 2. Break the shortening into small pieces. 3. Now, use your fingers, knead the shortening and flour until coarse, fine, and crumbly. 4. Add 1 tablespoon of cold water to the flour mixture. Knead into dough. 5. Place dough on a lightly floured baking board, use a rolling pin, and roll the pastry out. 6. Now, use a bake tool that can make shape of all size and cut a circle, to the size of a normal patty or twice your hand. Use a small plate or soup bowl. 7. Fold the circle in half. At this time unfold, and then add 3 to 4 tablespoons of plantain tart pastry filling. 8. Now, use a fork to clamp the edges seal. 9. OK, baking time. Cut grease paper to the size baking tray you will be using. 10. Place the patties inches apart on the tray. Do not grease the baking tray. 11. Cut little ventilating line about 1/2 inch on top the plantain tarts before baking. 12. Bake the patties in a preheated oven 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 to 35 minutes. It will look golden. Allow to cool before serving. It will be very hot. 13. You can sprinkle powdered sugar on top if you love sweets. 14. Finish. With this recipe you will get 2 plantain tarts. 15. Enjoy eating this Jamaican pastry. Should I bake plantain tart with wheat or white flour? White flour is whole wheat grains bleached with chemical agents. They produce natural white flour as well. Therefore, it comes down to how healthy you want to eat. If you are seeking a belly full and do not care what you eat, buy white flour. If you prefer healthy food, make your pastry with whole wheat flour. Hope you try some of these delicious recipes. Enoi. Have a beautiful day to each and everyone.